Greetings gentlemen and ladies, I am the Old School Game Snob, and in today's video we are taking a look at a Nihlathak speed, run, and survival guide. Nihlathak is a tough boss to defeat just because of how much randomness spawns around him. It is, however, possible to do fairly well. I would not necessarily advise it if you're sitting on a whole stack of XP. This is probably a better run to do as you are just starting a new level, let's say, because yeah, Nihlathak's a ride. It's an absolute roller coaster ride, and sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's an absolute ass kicker. So let's get into it. So let's start things off with the speed run portion of this. When you get into the Halls of Pain, there will be 3 possible maps that you experience. One will be surrounded by these large pillars. If this is the map that you find, Nihlathak will be straight to the left. So you just teleport straight to the left. Boom, 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 boom. And the Halls of Ot will be right here every single time. The next type of map that you may encounter will look something like this, and when you exit it, it'll go to the right. If you have this map, you just head to the right until you see the door. When you see the door, you just go past the door and swing left, and then you go straight up. And then the Halls of Vot will be right here. The last kind of map that you will encounter will look kind of like the second map, but instead of exiting down and to the right, it'll exit to the left. If you have this one, just go over a few and then go down a few. And the Halls of Vot will be right here every single time. Okay, now you're in the Halls of Vot. There are 4 possible directions you can go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The easy way to find which direction is the correct one is to look for the little markings that look kind of like this little owl guy, these little owl eye guys. Okay, so here are the 4 possible configurations. If you see the little owl guy here on this wall exactly here, Nihlathak will always be straight down. Boom, 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 boom. Alternatively, if you see the little owl guy over here on this wall, then Nihlathak will always be right down here. Another possible configuration is up here. If you notice the painting here and also on this wall, that means Nihlathak will be up in this direction. Now, I just want to show you something really quick because this could be a little bit confusing. Alright, so just back to the entry point. You'll notice that there's no painting here. You'll notice there's no painting here. You will, however, see that there's a painting up here. However, there's no painting also on this wall. If you do not see a painting on this front wall, then it is not up in that direction. And so for the last configuration, it will look like this. Here's the entry point right here, of course, and the upper wall, which is what we were just talking about. But this time it has a little painting on the front wall, so one right over here. So that's how you know Nihlathak will be up at the top. All right. So the easiest way to really do this is to come down into the Halls of Vot, check that wall, no wall there, check that wall, no painting there rather, check that, no painting there, and then onto this, right? So that's just kind of the counterclockwise quick check, nothing, 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 and go. Or you might get something and then you just go in the direction that you found. So that's just a quick and easy way to do that. By the way, you may have noticed that I'm using the Halls of Pain waypoint. You may have also noticed that I've slain Nihlathak. And you may have also indeed noticed that the Pindleskin portal is still open over here by Anya. That is because in Diablo Resurrected, it used to be in Diablo Classic that if you got the waypoint and you completed the Nihlathak quest, that the Pindleskin portal would close. That is no longer the case, which makes Nihlathak runs all the more viable. Okay, now on to the survival portion of this guide. And I told you that this run is kind of a roller coaster, and it can go really easy and it can be an absolute nightmare. But here are some things that will help you to survive. First and foremost, you are going to want a Nature's Peace ring. This means slain monsters rest in peace. What that basically means is that they can't be corpse exploded, which is really the main way that Nihlathak can take you down. Oh, and by the way, I interrupt this video to thank my subscribers for subscribing. 10,000, thank you very much. That is just amazing. Additionally, you'll encounter the bugged tomb vipers with a crushing blow on their poison that can take you down in a hot second, the hell temptress with their raining fireballs, and large packs of undead archers with a cold arrow. Not too many seen here, but they can sometimes really add up. And then sometimes even still you'll encounter a very nice map, sort of like this one, which has almost no problem whatsoever. So the option of re-rolling your map does exist so that you don't have to face up against the most difficult monsters. However, re-rolling your map is kind of a pain. So here are some survival tips for facing up against the various problems that you'll encounter. Number one, fire resistances for the hell temptresses. As you could see, so many of them just start bombarding you in the corner as you're trying to do your damage. So getting your fire resistance up is very, very good. Also get your cold resistance up, because the iced arrow archers, the undead archers, can also be a problem similar to the hell temptress. And be aware of the bugged tomb vipers. Their poison cloud has a crushing blow on it. This is my character with 90% poison resistance, and she is absolutely crushed by that poison cloud. So tomb viper means re-roll your map. Well, for the most part anyways. Now there are ways to deal with those tomb vipers, and let's talk about that really quick. So what you will want to be looking for is something like the iron pelt. This has nice damage reduction on it. The Nature's Peace Ring also has damage reduction, and I actually have 2 of these. All in all, I have stacked together 15, 25, 35, 36 points of damage reduction. Now, the crushing blow on those tomb vipers happens to do physical damage, and it doesn't do a lot of it. Instead, it does a little bit of it really, really fast. So we are able to nullify that little bit of damage really, really fast by adding some damage reduction onto our character. Okay, so for the sake of this example, I've stacked some soul into a 4-socket piece of armor. I've also got 2 Nature's Pieces rings on, and my damage is currently being reduced by 49. There are a number of different ways to get your damage reduction up. There's a shield, there's soul runes, of course, in your helm, in your armor, there's the Gladiator's Bane. There's just a bunch of different items that give you damage reduction. Okay, so let me show you the difference here. This time, I'm running around in the poison cloud, and I'm just not taking, well, I can still take damage, of course, by being hit by the snakes, but as for their poison cloud, which is where the real danger comes from, running around the poison cloud, 49 damage resistance, and not dying at all. Still watching out, not getting hit by the snakes, but anyway, I think you can see the difference there. Let me show you the difference again really quick. This is running around without enough damage resistance on in the cloud. Okay, here we go. You see how fast that went down? How that damage cloud just took my hit points down immediately? I didn't even need to get hit by the vipers. I'm not sure exactly what the amount of damage reduction is that you need, but it's somewhere around 40, 45. I've got 49 at the moment, so if you stack to around there, you should be pretty okay. I also like to stack up my poison resistance, and in order to do that, I've got some nice venom grip gloves. I've also got some antidote potions from Mala. If you drink an antidote potion, you can stack a few of them up, and each one of them gives you 30 seconds of poison resistance. So if you drink 4, that would give you 2 minutes of poison resistance. This increases your poison resistance by 50 and also gives you plus 10 to your maximum poison resistance. The venom grip gloves also gives you plus 5 to your maximum poison resistance. It, definitely helps when dealing with poison monsters. Like I say, you'll still get hit by the snakes for just as much damage, but their poison cloud is no longer going to be much of an issue. Okay, enough about the vipers. Let's get your fire and cold resistance up, and then I think you should be off to the races. You will want to be looking for gear like Aldor's boots. This gives you a big bonus to your fire resist. Immortal King's belt, also nice big bonus to your fire resist. For your cold resistance, if you have a shortage of cold resistance, you can talk to Mala over here and get some thawing potions. Where are they? Thawing potions. Oh, I'm so broke. that's from all of the dying in order to demonstrate the hazards of this map more fully. I really hope you guys appreciate the blood, no, literally the blood and the tears. There wasn't much sweat involved, but hey, yeah, so the thawing potion, there we go. Thawing potion, what that does is it stacks up your cold resistance by 50 and increases your maximum cold resistance by an additional 10. So if you stack up a few of those, each one gives you 30 seconds. So you drink 4 and you have 2 minutes of cold resistance. That will really help against any cold archery arrowy boys. But those are some nice little things you can do to help get low resistances up. And then when you've stacked up your resistances, well, you're about as good as you're going to be for defense. Now, here's the thing that I like to do. You'll notice I don't have a mercenary with me. I've left the mercenary at home, and the reason for that is that when he kills things, he doesn't have this little mod, Slain Monsters Rest in Peace. So Nihlathak can corpse explosion anything that your mercenary slays, which can lead to nasty surprises. Now you could try potentially taking his weapon out of his hand so he's just really weak and he just acts as a bit of a meat shield, and that's actually not a bad idea. You may have to resurrect him quite a lot because it is very dangerous in there, and if he doesn't have a weapon for that life leech, he'll probably die pretty fast. And so what I like to do is I just kind of leave him at home. Okay, let's take a look at the actual run itself and some tips on the run and how to survive. Okay, first off, we gotta find Nihlathak. He is up there. Tomb Vipers basically mean save and exit. Okay, that's advice number 1. Well, that is of course unless you're wearing a handy dandy super damage reduction outfit, in which case Tomb Vipers no problemo. Okay, number 2, start a new game. Number 3, wait for it to load. Number 4, we go back to the Halls of Pain waypoint, and this time it looks like a down and a little bit to the left map. All right, down, 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 a little bit to the left. Where is he? Is he here? No. Is he here? No. Is he up here? Yes, he's up there. Spiders. Spiders should be okay. Now, I get over to this part and I look for the little brazier. The little brazier full of fire protects me. It's not always here, but it is often here. If I can find the little brazier full of fire, I can usually just sit here and spam chain lightning. Everything goes down, and Nihlathak goes down pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy. If you don't see a little brazier, you can find something else against the wall to sort of keep everything from surrounding you, and it does help, but it is nice when that little brazier is there, so you limit what can attack you just from the left and from the right, so you reduce quite a bit of damage that way. Incidentally, I have no idea if this is actually called a brazier or a brazier, or if a brazier is like a woman's bra. I just don't even know what I'm saying here. So yeah, forgive me. That is basically the run, though. If you encounter an area that's just too hot to handle, save and exit. That'll be your best friend. Oftentimes you'll just get a nice area and you can clear it out super easy. No sense in struggling too hard and dying. Save and exit, try again, because we can get down here super duper quick, right? Because we know the pathfinding techniques. Man, oh no, I think that girl's naked. She needs a brazier. Okay, I'll see you all in the next video.